Well, it seems like there's only one puzzle piece missing, because Locke is out, or at least on PBE, his cinematic is out, we went through his abilities, there we learned that there is a really dark secret that might be happening behind Locke. Specifically, the fact that he is an Ashen Exorcist has to do with something kinda eroding him, because you can see that parts of his clothes are actually eroding into dust, and so everyone is now wondering, is Locke actually dying? Now, I haven't actually listened to his voice lines yet, and some people told me that there might be more secrets hidden there, so today, it's theory time.
She's a 10, but she flays people alive.
I don't know if I really like Locke's character based on the voice. Because I like that he's a demon hunter and he's kind of like a badass, but we already have one snarky good fighter, which is Ezreal. I don't want to imagine the world where Ezreal and Locke actually met, and they were both in Demacia. But hold on, maybe the other voice lines are gonna fix it.
Sorry, Ev. You're not my type.
I'm not sure, but okay, so sure. Voice lines with Evelyn make sense because he is hunting down demons. Evelyn is a demon.
Hey, kid. Your bear's got better instincts than most parents.
This is not a 2006 joke, right? Because if this is a boomer joke, I am not sure Riot's PR team would like it. But of course, this is a reference to the fact that the bear that Annie has, which is called Tibbers, actually has a Tybulk inside it, which is one of the giant demons that Mordekaiser used to conquer the world. So him talking about the bear having better instincts than most parents, it's talking about Tybulk replacing Annie's parents, which, in case you don't know, Annie's parents were actually a bunch of warlocks. Or I believe the specific term would be a warlock and a witch. But yes, the demon, let's say, became Annie's patron.
Fiddlesticks? Hope that's not your true name.
That's a really cool reference. So in case you don't know, the way demons work, and to a certain degree this also functions for normal spirits, not just demons. But if you know the true name of a spiritual entity, you get control over them. This was first really explored in the Ruined King game, where you went into Thresh's library, and to go through, you had to go through a demon that was called... I remember joking about him being called Among Us, sus something. I don't remember the real name now. But anyway, there is a demon, you learn their real name, after which you can actually do something with them. So of course, Fiddlesticks is not the true name of the demon. If that is what it was, then people would have control over Fiddlesticks, and they don't, so we have no idea.
Honor's not the answer, big guy. But you know that, don't you?
I wonder what he's really talking about here, because there were some teasers with the release of Locke on PBE where there are like little bio snippets where it mentions that like Demacia is full of hypocrisy, or at least like part of the demon hunters are full of hypocrisy. So maybe some demon hunters were actually using demonic powers, and maybe there is some kind of other hypocrisy that's going through Demacia. I mean, later we know there is a hypocrisy with mages, but the mages storyline shouldn't be happening yet. So I wonder if Locke is gonna have more story with Garen, but again, we are missing his bio.
Looking for someone to judge, oh holy one? Try a mirror.
I like this one. This is a good reference to the fact that Gale is supposed to be the righteous one. It is supposed to be one of the twin aspects of justice, but when it came to dealing justice, it wasn't exactly justified, and in many ways she was smiting down all the innocent people as well. That is what Locke is referencing here, which also means that Locke has to be learned in the history of Demacia, otherwise he wouldn't really know about Gale.
Don't hide too long, Bright Eyes. You won't like what finds you.
I mean, if you hide for too long, the shadows find you. I wonder if this is specifically a reference for Nocturne, because, you know, Nocturne eventually finds Lux in the story, but of course here, he's referencing the fact that Lux is a mage, and Lux is hiding from all the mage seekers, or at least, she should be later in the story.
Sorry, Miss Protector. Most mortals are a lost cause.
And I like this one, because this is kind of a reference to what happened in the Mage Seeker game as well, where Silas met Morgana in the woods, and he learned about Morgana actually being the real protector of humanity in Demacia. And so it seems like Locke is actually aligning with the ideals of Silas, meaning that he actually just wants people to be free from all the horrors that are everywhere. But in Silas's case, he's talking about the royals being very bad people towards mages. And Locke is leaning on the same side of Morgana, but he's kind of more on her side specifically. What I mean by this is that if you went back to the old ancient war in Demacia, with Gale and Morgana kind of being rivals, it would be obvious on which side Locke would be.
Nightmare. More like jump scare.
I mean, this is a snarky little quote of Locke not being jump scared by Nocturne, because Nocturne is, of course, a demon of nightmares. Later, he's gonna be in Phosboro. The Demacians are gonna deal with him. I still don't like Locke's attitude, but his character is kinda good.
Oh, great. A clown. Who even likes clowns?
Okay, hey, it's somewhat of a canonical reference to Shaco, I guess. Once again, this is the first season where Shaco got some canonical lore. It was still never explained what he is, but we know that Shaco is something around Demacia that's probably demonic. But since he has quotes with the demons, I'm still waiting for Fiddlesticks.
Hiding something up your sleeve, Jerry?
I like this one, because okay, so this one has multiple layers. First of all, hiding up something up your sleeve is Swain missing his arm. His sleeve was overtaken by a demon. But of course, speaking of which, Swain has the power of the Demon of Secrets. This is why Locke would have an interaction with him. Once again, he's hunting down demons. And he's calling him Jerry because Swain's real name is Jericho Swain.
The River King. Fancy title for a dressed up catfish.
Of course, yes, Tahm Kench is the River King. He is always mentioned to be the demon of gluttony, even though it was never directly confirmed, so we are not really sure what he's a demon of. It could be a bargain, it could be anything else. But yes, Tahm Kench is a demon, and even though he is somewhere around Bilgewater and the oceans, it makes sense for Locke to have an interaction with him because it is a demon.
All that pain's gonna bury you, Shauna. Let it go.
Now, here's the funny thing. So later, after the story of Sentinels of Light, which actually happens like quite a few years after this, we learn that Vayne hates being called Shauna. Because if you go back to The Boys and the Bombolini, I believe is the story where it was referenced, Graves, of course, befriended Vayne during the Sentinels, and later he tells Twisted Fate about Vayne, and he tells him, never call her Shauna, she's gonna kill you. And here we have Locke calling her Shauna. I wonder if Locke is the one who gave her a little bit of trauma with the name.
People's masks aren't usually so literal.
Of course, this is a reference to the fact that Yone is wearing a demonic mask. He is collecting the masks of the Azakana, which are demons in Ionia, which is also why Locke has an interaction with him. Yone is technically hunting down demons, just like Locke.
And this is why we don't play with fire.
Once again, Annie has a giant demon. The interaction makes sense.
Fiddle me this.
There's an interaction with Fiddlesticks. So this is the second one. I would like to have a little bit more. Hopefully. Also, Fiddle me this is exactly the attitude that I did not expect.
Verdict's in. Guilty.
Again, Gale is judging people, makes sense.
Sleep tight, little light.
I like that he's calling her Little Light, because that is also what Silas called her, if I'm not mistaken. Is there a parallel happening there?
Like I said, mortals. They always let you down.
Now, he does have these voice lines talking about like mortals being bad guys, and I wonder if this has something to do with his obsession with demons, where not only is he hunting them down, he also seems to be collecting them in the skull. And then there is the entire Ashen part. There has to be more happening, right?
Sweet dreams, Knife Arms.
Knife Arms, he's edgy, okay.
Clowns.
Clowns, he's edgy, okay.
Ravens circling. They're here for you.
Okay, so some of these lines are good though. Like some, okay.
You talk so much, Tommy, yet say so little.
Sure, good one.
Shauna, it didn't have to end like this.
Now this is where we get some cool emotions from the voice actor. Now this is, I like this.
Clean kill. Good omen. Not today. No risk, no reward. Almost gave up the ghost.
Okay, so now, okay, hold on. Almost gave up the ghost. I wanted to say, so now that we don't have snarky lines against champions, now we're getting into a territory that I like. But also, him being on low HP almost gave up the ghost. Again, I wonder if this is referencing whatever is the curse that he is dealing with. Because once again, if you have a look at what's happening around Locke, even though it's never mentioned anywhere, you can see that he's kind of slowly falling into ashes. And he is the Ashen Exorcist. And so what is going on there, we still don't know. And I hope there's gonna be other voice lines that tell us something.
Little pain keeps you sharp. A moment of silence for the recently departed.
I also like that he's like sending people off with a coffin on his back.
From dust to dust.
And hey, dust. That brought back memories.
One less place to run to. People will hide behind anything. Shauna, I've always wanted to say, I love your bad attitude.
Ah, this hurts me. I mean, I'm fine with it. Like, what now that we know what the character is, sure, but it's not what I expected.
Wow, Shauna Vane. I hope she's a worse shot than I remember.
Oh yeah, that makes sense, because in the comic, we saw them training side by side, and Shauna was always better than him, so, yeah, checks out.
Nothing but lies and depravity out here. Reminds me of home.
So this is once again a reference to a twist that is happening in his story, and we should learn about it in the bio, but it was mentioned that there is hypocrisy happening in the family around him. So once again, it seems like people are hunting down demons, but there's gonna be a twist where perhaps his parents are actually using the demons, or were corrupted by them, and maybe that's gonna turn into whatever the Ashen Affliction is.
People rarely change. They just learn to lie better.
And again, this is him having trauma, likely from his parents dealing with the demons.
Man, the energy here, it's a demon's dinner bell.
Okay, hold on. This took me a second, but this actually makes sense, because the demons are, of course, attracted to emotions. The stronger the emotions, the more they are attracted to that place. And so here, the energy are the emotions that are attracting demons. I like this one.
I don't save souls. I condemn them.
That is what he has
A
with the
confession a day keeps the exorcist away.
ultimate.
This one doesn't even have a soul. Honestly, kind of refreshing.
Ooh, that's cool, because again, like, the void is the opposite of reality. Like, quite literally. Meaning that void magic isn't actually magic, it's like nothing. That is something that was confirmed by the writers before. So, if living things on Runeterra have a soul, it makes sense for the Voidborn to be empty and have nothing inside. That is what the void is. I like that Locke directly confirmed this.
Alright, it's your funeral.
Classic. Oh, the joke is a bottle flip. It's a bottle flip.
You always talk this much when you're nervous? Think you can hide the truth? Love that optimism.
Again, so he does have trauma with people lying to him. That's what the seeking of truth is about.
You've got issues you don't even know about.
Yep.
Looking for redemption? I'm not your guy. You gonna do something about all that darkness?
I'm gonna assume he's kind of like talking about the inner demons of mortals.
Your soul's showing. Gotta say, not a good look.
And it is also a reference to the fact that the skull technically consumes the souls, so he can see the souls. Perhaps that is what the glasses are actually about, because once again, we know that the glasses have some kind of a special taint that allows him to see demons, and if he can see demons, he should be able to see souls and spirits, so maybe that's what it is.
No second chances. In your next life, do better. Too far gone. Nailed it.
Ah, that one hurt me physically.
Absolution. You had a choice. You chose wrong. Couldn't handle the truth.
Once again, some of these
Liar
are
in life.
good.
Honest in death. Could use a hand. A little help? Anybody? Careful. Eyes open. Watch your back.
Okay, anyway.
They're gone. Where are they?
Are there like long move quotes? We need some of those for lore.
Lost them. Be right there. I got you.
Come on.
Heading in.
No.
Right here.
Ah.
Focus.
Ah.
This one.
Eh.
The ritual begins.
Ah. Ultimate.
Gotta sharpen my nails.
Ah.
Back to the ash.
Come on, give me
Back before the ash settles.
something.
Need to do a little soul searching.
Again, he's searching for souls.
Where there's smoke, I never
fire.
forget a soul. Alright.
I never forget a soul again. Is it because he's carrying them with him in the skull?
Alright. It's your funeral.
Did he not say this in a separate line when he was like attacking? I've heard this one before.
Anchored my own soul. Works every time.
Anchored my own soul. Hang on a minute. So this is actually his animation technically after he turns into ash, after he dies in the game. He then respawns. Is that what the tattoos are then? Is he actually anchoring his soul so that he doesn't become ash? This is the first hint we got. We need more of these.
Resurrection. I've got something for that.
Hey! Now is he talking about his tattoos that keep him from withering away? Or is he talking about the skull, which, who knows, maybe he bound his own soul to the skull so that if he dies, he remains in the skull. So he's like, you know, resurrection, he gets something for that. Maybe?
Death is optional, if you know the right spell.
Hey, okay, okay, now we're getting into cool place. Because yes, he is doing something that keeps him alive. That's the entire theme that's around him, and that is where all the theories are heading, and I just hope we get something for it.
A little death never bothered me.
Huh?
Ready to confess.
No, we need more.
Truth hurts. Got you. Oh, it gets worse. You're done. Confess.
We need more.
Guilty.
No.
Too late.
Ah.
Repent.
More.
Immolate.
I like these.
Release. I love this part.
I love this part too. Like he actually sounds like a badass here.
No escape. Time's up. Say your prayers. Reap what you sow. Should have come clean. This is salvation. Back where you belong. There's my greedy little buddy. How'd you feel, buddy? What would I do without you? Still hungry, pal? I used to spare the guilty.
He called the skull a ball. I wonder if there is like more behind this, or if he's just being snarky about, hey, it's a skull, it looks like a human, I may as well talk to it. I mean, so there was also the concept art where it was like, there was a joke about this. There was a joke about Locke actually talking with the skull, and it should be just a skull. It should be nothing. So, again, I hope the bio actually reveals stuff.
I used to spare the guilty. Now I know better. It's the righteous ones you've got to keep an eye on. If everyone did a little soul searching, it'd make my job easier.
Now in these quotes, he's actually referencing people lying to him and people like the hypocrisy that's everywhere in Demacia, either with the Justice or again the Mate Seeker or whatever is happening with the demons.
I've seen people do things that'd make demons look like saints. Not many souls worth saving. Trust me. I've looked.
And again, he's just referencing the lies around him.
I was raised to obey. Yeah, that didn't work for me.
No, okay, so this is just an edgy line.
Demons get a bad rap, but the real monsters, people.
That's a classic cliche for this kind of a demon hunter.
Evil loves to hide behind good intentions. There are no secrets with me. Ignorance isn't bliss. It's cowardice.
I will have to say, these lines are very well written. This is very on point for the character that Wright is trying to deliver.
If you bury the pain will bury you. Exorcism. Very high mortality rate. Sure, the truth hurts, but it hurts less than a nail through the head. Honesty. It's my only rule. I love disappointing my mother.
Oh, he has issues with his mother specifically. Interesting. This sounds like something that will actually be in his bio. It should explain what's happening with his parents.
Used to give second chances. Not a risk I take anymore. We all have our demons, but we don't all feed them.
Again, demons are all about emotion, so if you have a demon, that demon is looking for some kind of an emotion, and I don't know if you wanna feed it.
Got my salt, sigils, nails, lack of faith in humanity.
Salt? The sigils, we saw the little parchments, that makes sense. Oh no, the sigils are of course the tattoos on his body. Now it makes sense. The nails make sense. Salt? Is it not ashes? Is he crumbling into salt? No, the salt is probably just from the solo queue.
I don't believe in clean slates. The first monster I ever knew? Dear old mom.
Okay, so the betrayal actually comes from his own mom. So, is his mother the one who afflicted him with whatever the salt-ash combination is? Or is it possible that his parents were just doing something with the demons? But he's not talking about his father, he's specifically talking about mother. Ooh, now I'm looking forward to the bio.
Pain's a cost I'm willing to pay. This magic used to own me. Now it's my favorite toy.
This magic used to own me! So, okay. So there was some kind of corruption. There was some kind of demonic corruption. Perhaps coming from his mother. And now he's trying to cure it through whatever is... the sigils that bind his soul. He had a previous quote about it, so there is something in there. It seems like something is actually happening. There is a curse. We were right with the theories. Something is happening. I am really curious about the bio now.
Big lies, white lies. See right through them. Cleanse the soul, starve the demon. There it is. The real you. Truth or nail? Got a nail for you. It's me. The consequence of your actions.
Not the puns, please.
Spare me the sob story. This'll be quick. Don't lie to me. The truth scare you? Any last words? You're way past
gotta be it,
forgiveness.
right?
This'll hurt.
It's gonna be
A
that.
lot. The soul can't lie. Well, that's not good.
That's the death.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. Also, I'm gonna assume it's not actually canonical that he will be like dying and stuff. I'm gonna assume that he is preventing himself from death and that this is just a quote referencing the in-game action of dying in the game, right? And that's gonna be that. So, I like how Riot is actually keeping like a big mystery that's happening behind Locke. And they are not like confirming straight away like, hey, Locke's character is all about preserving his own soul and like he's slowly dying, that's the base of his character. No, they made a character that is about demon hunting. They gave him all these tools, they gave him the shape of the character that you want to see in the game, even if some people don't like it. But then they built a giant statue of lore right behind the champion and they are not pointing at it. And they just let the community see like, hey, if anyone can figure it out, there is something giant happening there, but we're not gonna talk about it. I like that approach, because that allows people that know stuff about the lore to actually see if they can figure something out. It feels like we are delving into the lore of League of Legends once again, and it keeps going, because there is still the comic that was confirmed for Locke to come out, and then there's gonna be bio. And I don't know if there's gonna be much more else. So we do have only a limited time for the lore to keep rolling, because then there's gonna be Season 3, and it's not gonna be canonical story, and I don't know what's gonna happen after that. Which means, whatever is gonna be the big wrap-up for Locke, it has to be a big lore moment, because if it is not, and if Riot just cuts off Locke, and then they release Season 3, which was confirmed to be a bigger season than usual, because there's gonna be a lot happening there, well then, the lore will feel like it's cut off, nothing really happened, and the world will essentially die for like half a year. And I don't want that to happen, so Riot, this better be a setup for the MMO.